I've spent quite a bit of time inside this headset since launch, and anytime new tech or games come out, it's always super exciting. But in the case of the PlayStation VR2, was it all just hype? We're gonna cover the 3 Fs. I'll tell you what this stands for in just a minute, but each one being more important than the last. I haven't got to play every single game, but I have got to test out all the features this headset has to offer. The headset has 2 features that I really love, and most of the games I have checked out make use of all of the features the headset has to offer, or most of them. Number 1, force feedback triggers. This is used really well, on guns mostly, but for example, when your blaster is overheating in games like Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge or Red Matter 2, your trigger basically jams to let you know, hey, your gun's overheating, macho, come back later. If you've played with the PS5 DualSense, you already know what I'm talking about. Basically, it's a little bit of resistance in the triggers to feel a little more like an actual gun trigger. It works really well. And number 2 is headset rumble. You could get a massage in this thing. But seriously, this is cool. It's a slight rumble, but it adds a lot of immersion. Horizon Call of the Mountain showcases this nicely by giving your face a little rumble when something huge is coming towards you. It's a nice immersion booster. Where I've seen this being best implemented though is in Red Matter 2. When you're taking off in a spaceship, you can feel the thrusters beneath you getting stronger when the spaceship needs more power to lift off. It's actually really cool. Okay, the next F is feel. A lot of you are probably going to spend the rest of your life with this on, so it's important that it feels good. But for this, let's start with the controllers. The controllers are actually surprisingly a lot more comfortable than I imagined them to be. The shape obviously is a little weird, but it doesn't actually get in the way as much as I thought it would. The layout of the buttons is just like the PS5 controller. It's basically just been split into 2 separate controllers, and if you've ever used anything like the Quest controller or any other VR headset now, it basically feels the same as that. It's a very similar layout, except for the adaptive triggers. Nothing bad to say about the controllers. It has everything that you'd expect to be there, and of course the adaptive triggers and the extra rumble. Now onto the feel of the headset. If you've ever used the original PlayStation VR, it's a very similar Halo strap design that you just stretch back and put over your head. I'm not a massive fan of the facial interface. I think this is also the same as the PlayStation VR 1. It's just a rubbery, really lightweight material here, and it kind of just sits against your face. It doesn't press against your face. What presses against your face is up at the top here, and inside here is where all the rumble motors are, so you can get that headset haptic feedback. So now onto the front of the headset. There's 4 cameras used for tracking, and there's a big button here on the top that you can use to just pull back the headset back and forth to bring closer or further away from your eyes. And of course, if you have glasses, this would be useful. There's also a dial on the other side that just adjusts the distance of the lenses, so you can also just get it to suit whatever eye distance you have. I decided to just sit down for the rest of this because I wanted to talk about one of the big things that I dislike on this, and going back to the head strap, it's right here. It's having the earbuds in here. Now this is cool, of course, that you can kind of store your earbuds in here when they're not in use, but the way that there's no speakers here, I'm not a huge fan of. Of course, if you have the PlayStation Pulse headphones, you could put them in as well, but I have tried to connect other Bluetooth headphones and it didn't work with it, so I don't know if it has to only be the PlayStation Pulse headphones. You can let me know in the comments if that is the case, but I would have loved if there was a speaker built into this. I'm not a huge earbuds guy, and I'm especially not into sharing earbuds with people, so having to do that, because this is all that I have, I don't have the Pulse headphones right now, not a massive fan. Going to the bottom of the headset here, you have your microphone on the far side, you have the power button, and you have a button that brings you straight into the Guardian or the pass-through mode, so you can see your real world in a black and white view while you're setting up your Guardian boundary before playing virtual reality. But it's cool that there's a quick press button on this, but one of the huge things, again, related to sound that I dislike about the design is that there is no volume adjuster built into the headset. This would be something that I kind of thought was essential for any kind of headset, being able to adjust the volume super easily, but instead to adjust the volume on this, you have to actually open up the settings, navigate to volume, and there you can adjust it. And obviously, of course, there's a cable connected to your PlayStation 5. I didn't think I needed to say that. On to the future. What does the future hold for PlayStation VR 2? When talking about any console, at the end of the day, content is king. The game library had some really high quality content at launch, from Resident Evil 7 to Gran Turismo getting full VR versions, or Horizon Call of the Mountain, a full brand new story in the Horizon universe, completely made from VR, and the views are great in here, of course. There's continued to be big announcements of new games pretty regularly, but not all of these games are high quality. The quality goes from, oh my god, this is incredible, to, there definitely is a range, and I have a feeling that trend will continue, so just do your research before buying any games in the store. Of course, not everyone is gonna love every single game that releases on this, but there is a quality difference, and it's something to look out for when purchasing a game. Some are really high tier, and others should probably not be on the store. So, has the PlayStation VR2 changed VR? Yes. It's a great headset, the features are unique, it might not be for everyone right now, but if high quality content keeps on coming, then yes. I have a Discord linked in the pinned comment down below, so if you have any questions about VR or the PlayStation VR2, let me know there, that's probably the best place to ask. And make sure you have notifications on, because I'm going to start streaming more games and such, so you won't want to miss out on those.